and welcome back to Mindset, Money, Success. And today I have a guest who is also an author, Annick. Annick, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Annick Maria Ruelens. I'm from Belgium, and after a long life of very a not normal life, I would say, I decided to write a book and not to feel like a victim anymore, but actually to do something with my story in order to help others eventually. That's the building stuff I am doing right now. I am at the beginning of my building, but you have to start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you want to expand a little bit on what your life path has been, what the journey was, and why you
Okay.
decided to get into this collaborative book that you wrote a chapter for, wasn't it? It's called
Yes.
Start Over.
Yes. With this start over, turn any
Yeah.
loss into a sensational comeback. So when I saw that online, I like, I'm a spiritual person and I tend to have signals from the universe. And I knew, like, instinctively, this is it for me because I was waiting for 15 years already.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to write a book. I've got to do something with this, but it was never the right time. So last year when I saw it, I felt it from this is it. This Marco Robinson, because I didn't know Marco. I didn't
Yep.
know the guy. Because I felt, and then I did a little bit of research because there is a lot of fakery on the internet, as you know. You
True.
have to do a little bit of research in order to see, is this person legit, because you're going to put your money inside the project. And it was legit. I was so happy, Loraine, so
Yes.
happy. And then I decided to write the book. And since then, my life is expanding. It's unbelievable. But okay, let's go back in time now. What all happened? Because um, yeah, and from childhood on, I quickly knew that I was not like other people, and that it was special, and that my world was much bigger, as I'm born a highly sensitive girl. So I felt everything deeply. I It was so much coming out of everywhere that it was difficult to cope as a child.
Hmm.
uh, I grew up in, like, not really like a broken home, but my dad um, was very closed. So that means he was emotionally unavailable. And then when you are a sensitive child, you need your daddy and you need cuddles and huggies and whatever. But that was not there for me. Later on, I knew why, because
Yeah.
it's like you could call it like a family thing that went on from generation to generation. He himself, he was, I'm gonna call it, tortured as a kid. They inflicted
Yes.
horrible stuff on him, and that's, of course, he was closed off. But I didn't know that as a little kid. So okay, I grew up missing that, and of course, when you're not aware, you are going to get your stuff out of somewhere else what you miss. So I quickly saw, oh, there is boys. Ooh, and I can do relations. Oh, there is sex, and there is, and there is drugs. There's all kinds of things out there to make me feel better because I
Yeah.
don't feel good inside. So that's what I did. I did drugs for a long time, and of course, when you do hard drugs, it goes down the drain really fast, because when
Yes.
you do a little bit of something, it's okay, but when you do it really hard, after 3 years, I was like, my body was just, I think I weighed 48 kilos in the end. I was really
Truth.
a skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a zombie. As well spiritual as mental as my body, it was just, and I begged for help. I said, Mom, please take me to rehab, do something, because I couldn't do it anymore. And yeah, during that time, during that 3 years, I suffered a lot. It was not only mental and this and that, but the people I met. When you are an addict, you meet other addicts and you do addict things together, and it's not always going well. Of course,
Yes.
there is fun times. Yeah, you go out and you pop some pills and you see elephants and stuff, and that's all nice to have that experience. But there's also the dark side. There's the yoo-hoo side. That's the high that you have, but there's the other side also. And most addicts, yeah, they continue and they try to numb the dark side with the good side. But I saw the dark side was it was horrible. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I saw agony, pain around me, and I after 3 years I said no, I have to get out of this world. It's not for me, you know. And I was lucky. I was determined and lucky. So I went to rehab. Um, because if you want to know more, yeah, then you have to read the book for the details, of course, right?
Yes.
but I went to rehab, and I was so determined. After 3.5 months, I was done there, and I was okay. I never did substances again for my whole life. Never
That's
touched
really,
it.
really good.
Yeah, I was really. I said, "This is not for me. I don't want to go down that alley again. It's a stop." And then I went back to school and thinking my life was back on track again. Wishful thinking, but it
Yeah.
was not.
Oh,
So I
not
went
it.
to school, went to university, got my degree, and then I met. No, I had my degree, but I knew I did my internship, and I knew this is not for me. So I had my paper that I could put on the wall, but I thought, I don't want to do this. This is not fulfilling me. What now? Okay, I slipped back to that. I didn't go back to drugs, but I went out in the weekend with no drugs, in the clubs and stuff. And there I met some people who I think they saw my emptiness, when you go to the club every week to dance, and yeah, you emit some kind of a vibe, and then you attract a person who see what you are missing. It was the same like with my father. What you are missing, some people see that, and they're gonna take you and, yeah, take
Yeah.
advantage of the
Because
situation.
you have a vulnerability.
Yes, and it was on display. Apparently, I didn't know. I wasn't aware, but hey, then I met this woman. Um, who I liked. I kind of liked her. And she said, "You know what? Why don't you start sex work? It's really nice. And you're going to have a lot of money and a lot of freedom." And she talked me into it, really. She packed it in a beautiful little wrap with a beautiful bow on it. And I just believed it. And I said, "Yeah, why not? You can do it in private, nobody has to know. It's not like now with OnlyFans and the cameras. It was in private. No
Yes.
one has to know. Only clients come there. They will not tell their wife or." And I say, "Yeah, and you will make a lot of money. No, you don't have to think about money. You can do what you want and go to the restaurants and go to the nail salon and whatever it is you want, buy expensive clothes." And I say, "Yeah, I wanted to fill the void again. So I did. I started with the sex work thing. Um, it was really not so much fun. But then when I had the money every
Hmm.
day, then it became fun. So the only fun was spending the money, really. But
Oh,
then every night when you go back, that is not fun. Let's say it's like a 20-80% ratio. 20% was like nice people, clients with a nice conversation sometimes, but then 80% it was just like bleh. It was
yeah.
ugly people, fat people, stinky people, annoying people. I can make a whole long list of what I did there, and it was just not, no. So eventually, after I don't know 8 9 months, I just said, "This is not for me." I was killing my own soul because it was
Yeah.
with only the money it couldn't do it anymore. So and because I talked a lot with the boss, it was a woman. She heard me, and I was already going to strip clubs because I didn't want do the sex anymore, but I wanted the money.
Yes.
And she saw me. I came less and less and less, and I went to, and she said, "You know what? I'm gonna open a strip club also." Um, she heard that I made money as well there without sex, and so it was good thinking of her. After, I don't know, 5, 6 months, she opened her own club, and she said, I'm going to make the biggest stripper club out of Belgium. And it was, I don't know if it was the biggest, but it was one of the top five of Belgium. Very big
Hmm.
one with a lot of girls. So she was very clever on that side. So I went there to work as well in her club. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this because Belgium is a little country. I'm going to work all over Belgium in 10 different clubs. So if they throw me out in one club, I'd still have the nine other ones to go. It was backup plan after backup plan. And so I did. I worked in the stripper club for a decade. And then sometimes I stopped because the alcohol you have to consume, oh my God, to make the money flow, it is just
Yeah.
sometimes I could easily afford to stop for 5 months and do nothing or whatever. And then eventually you begin again because you are used to the money.
Yes.
This, yeah. Um, I also saw a lot of things in there, a lot of things. And of course, the girls that worked in the sex clubs came there also with their clients to have fun, da 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 da, all these scenarios. And I got to know, seeing it now, looking back then, it's also sex work. People think that stripping is not sex work, but you are in this, I'm gonna call it bubble where you perform work that has to do with lower vibrations.
Yes.
So the when you look at the chakras, the lower three chakras, the survival ones, you are in survival mode. Even if you do, like nowadays, foot pictures on OnlyFans, not even your head. People don't see. They only see your feet, right?
Yes.
You are doing, for example, you don't want people to look at you. You take only foot picture and you put them and you generate money like that. You are also doing sex work because you are feeding perverted men on the other side with your feet. Even if it's
Mm.
with your finger or your, I don't know what, only your hair, it doesn't matter. You are feeding the beast, the perversion beast, and you are
That's right.
keeping that train rolling. It doesn't matter if you are penetrated or not. And that's what girls don't understand. Oh, I'm only doing this. I'm only doing that. Of course, you're only, but it's at the end, it's the same. And
Hmm.
that took me very long to understand because in my head, also, it's only stripping. It's only, I am, I had a very nice body and I did my stripping in a very elegant way. There's
Hmm.
all kinds of way to dance. You can dance in a shocking and vulgar way. You can dance like a ballet, a bit elegant. You can do it in all kinds of ways. And
Yes.
I thought, oh, I do it like elegant, so my dancing is it's not that bad, but it's all the same at the end of the day, and that's what you don't know if you're in there. But in the stripper world, I got to make a few friends that are still close friends. So that were clients who came there with no perverted intentions. I have a guy who gave me my first spiritual book there, and he just came to talk to me. It was never about sex or horniness or whatever. And I have a few people there that are still my friends that I'm extremely grateful I met there. And yeah, that's what I had to. I also had a lot of more fun in that. Oh my God. But you have to read the book. I had lots of fun there. When you work in such an environment, you have experiences that in a normal job, 9 to 5, in the grocery store or at the desk or I don't know what, at the bakery, at the laundry, you don't have that there because it's different kind of work. So
Yes.
when you work in a stripper club, it's like the black and white. It's like extreme nice things or extreme dark things. There is no in between. You live a life of extremely high highs and extremely
Hmm.
low lows. It's like
The roller coaster.
all.
Yeah.
It's a real roller coaster. Yeah, like you say, not like this, but there are some turnings and then you go and then some. It's like all
Right.
over the place,
Oh my God.
basically. Yes. So I can say that I had a rich life, not a boring life at all. A life with extremely valuable lessons I could take from there. Because a lot of people say, yeah, you're just a hoe. uh, you just good to shake with your ass a little bit, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's their opinion. I can't change that. If that's their opinion, that's gonna be that. But I know that that life taught me very, very, very good lessons, and with those lessons, I can help other people now
Hmm.
with my expertise, because you have to be in there to see it. It's not because you watch a movie from a stripper that you know what it's like. Not at all. Because
No.
movies and even documentaries, they can still shape it and squeeze it like they want you to perceive it. But when you are really in there, and that's with everything. I also had, um, for example, narcissistic boyfriends. I got beat up. I got raped. But unless you don't have the experience of those three, you cannot say it. If you
No.
watch a movie with a girl being raped, or even a documentary, okay, you see it. But did you feel it? No. It's not the same. So yeah, I'm extremely happy I went through that. At that time, no. I was like, oh my god, what is this? But now, looking back, oh my god, this is just I now only start to see the good thing, and I'm 50 years old. I never thought back then I was going to say it now, but it's just like it is. It's great. And then there came a moment. So I was working in a stripper club. There came a moment when I knew I had to stop. I knew when I was going to go further that it would mm, end not in a well way. So at the moment, I decided to stop,
Hmm.
because, in my opinion, when you want to get on with a new life, you have to close off the other life. You cannot
That's right.
do it like that. You have to completely. It's like when you are an addict, you want to stop. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna drink only one little bottle of wine every week and continue." No, when you want to stop, you have to stop everything, and
Hmm.
then you have to leave behind the old Annick and build the new one. You cannot take the two, stop and do. It's not possible. So I knew I have to give up this life. I have to give up the money, the freedom, the highs, the lows, everything. And that was very hard to do, because that money, when you are when you are used to it, that 10 years to go on holidays and buy clothes and do this and that, and you don't have to think for 1 second what you are doing, what you are spending, why you are spending it. That was extremely hard. So I was
That's
left
really
in.
tough, isn't it? Really
Oh
tough.
my god, oh my god, but I was determined, because I knew I again, the same with the drugs. It went very. I couldn't take it anymore. It gotten the main word that I would attach to that period was disrespect. The
Mm.
disrespect was so big at the end that I couldn't. I say, first, now I've got to respect myself, and then other people also will respect me. Because as
Yes.
long as I give away my respect and I say, oh, do whatever you want with me, how are others going to respect me if I don't respect me? That's so that was very hard,
Yes.
but valuable, very
Hmm.
valuable. And so after that, yeah, I had a few rough years. I oh, I got married for 6 months. 6 months wasn't
6 months.
long. Yes, and I knew no. I knew this man wasn't for me, so we left, and I was in debt because we had a business together, and he went to another country with another girl, and I was left behind with 90,000 euro debt, and
Oh
it was
my God.
devastating. Yeah. And I didn't want to go back to the club anymore, because otherwise I could have said, okay, I'm going to work for 1 year and then it's paid off. But I couldn't do it anymore. So I was there with this fucking debt. What now? So I was getting very depressed. I was getting suicidal because I didn't know how to fix that. At
Yeah.
that time, I think I was cleaning houses as a job, because there was nothing else I could do. I had to make money quickly. So I thought, okay, there needs housekeepers everywhere. I'm going to do housekeeping. You don't have to study for it. You have a job like immediately. But it was very frustrating, because I was doing the housekeeping. I was doing selling handbags on the side. I was really trying hard, doing my best. And then this death came. I was like, why me? And I got suicidal. I thought, well, what's the point? I'm doing all my best now and still shit is happening. And I thought myself, I'm going to jump under a train because this is not for me. It's just not for me. And as I was going there in the station and looking at the hours, this and that, I got in touch with one of my, when I was in the rehab, like for the drugs,
Mm-hmm.
there was a man who worked there. But normally, people who work in a rehabilitation center, they cannot get in contact with their clients. Well, but he did anyway. So he had a fake account on Facebook, and sometimes because we liked each other, we never had something. But I was one of the only, like I said a little bit earlier, one of the only very driven people that wanted to get off of the drugs. And I think this man didn't have much of, yeah, clients like me, so we had a little bit of a special connection.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, but he got in touch with me again just before I wanted to jump under the train. And he said, oh no, Annick, you have to come back to the rehab, not for drugs, but for depression. We can help you. Come on. And then I started to, oh yeah, maybe, he just caught me on time. It was the universe sending an angel.
Yes.
Said, okay, okay. And in 1 week's time, I don't know what he did, but he called me, said, here is a place, you have to come. So I got in. It got out of my mind, and we will help you with the finances. Don't worry. And I left everything behind, and I went to rehab for, I think, for 8 or 9 months. That I was living there in the rehab because my apartment I put it for rent again, and I lived there. And then after 8 months, there there was a new psychiatrist. I didn't like the guy. He was very young and very like, I am the doctor. I am at the top at the pyramid, and you have to listen to me. And I didn't like that. It was again a bit like a disrespect to me. And then I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I'm off to another rehab, and I went to another rehab. I didn't want any disrespect anymore, even not from a doctor. So okay, um, I went to another rehab center, but not. I didn't live there anymore. I lived with my mom, and I went back for 1 year and a half. So I did a lot of rehabilitation work, for my depression, and from there on, I started to. There, the first thought of writing a book started. Really, when I got off of the second rehab, and I lived alone in the same house as my mom. I got myself a bulldog just to have some love and some cuddles. And there I started to, yeah, to have these thoughts. But at that time, no internet, not like now, no one to help how to write a book. It was also difficult. So I buried that thought and I said, yeah, well. And then I met a man, finally, my one and only relationship that lasted for 6 years, because all those other ones, who are the guys I met when I was doing the stripping and stuff, that is a whole lot of stories from heartache and heart pain and from beatings and from rape. It's a
No.
whole lot of stuff. But then again, read the book if you want to know. It's very, yeah. People who read my chapter say I read it in once because it's so exciting. I couldn't stop reading. It is very,
Dear
and
me.
yeah, you have to know that I'm writing the full book now because I easily can write 200 pages of what I went through easily. So that's what I'm doing now.
Mm.
Mm. But so where was I left now? Ah, yeah, I lived alone there with the bulldog, and I met this guy, and I had my first and only relationship for 6 years, a good relationship where I got to be the mom because he had two sons. The elder son he lived with the other mom, but the little one he lived with us weekly and then with his real mom. And I got to be a mommy, and that was like, oh, it was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, I kept on working on myself and do a lot of self work. And when you are in a couple, and one person is growing spiritually and personal, and the other doesn't do that kind of work, then
Yeah.
eventually there is a gap coming, and the gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then yeah, you grow apart. It was not like we had arguments all the time, but it is something you feel. You just can feel
Yes.
it inside. Yeah.
I understand that.
And then we split. And then came COVID. It was just COVID time. He helped me move. He even gave me money. He said, I don't want you to be there to have nothing. So it was very nice. He gave me a little bit of money. Then you have a fresh start. Um, and then I went on living in my other apartment. But then COVID started. Oh my God. And
Yes.
I just I went to school again. I had my degree for pharmaceutical assistant because I was fascinated with the working of the human body and stuff. And when I had my degree, I had a weird kind of feeling because would talk to the universe every day. And I was getting my envelopes, go get your shot. And I said, oh no, no thank you. I'm not getting anything. Fuck off with this shit. So I I didn't take any shot, but that meant I had to stay inside all the time. Whilst other
Yes.
people who took the shots could go out and go to restaurant and this and that. I was confined. Okay, this was my choice, I know. But I was starting to get depressed again, like before. And I thought, oh no. And as everything was restricted, you couldn't go to the psychiatrist and stuff, and it was really hard. And then there was, uh, because I talked online a lot, I got in touch with an Indian healer, you know, and I had no money at that time. And she said to me, this lady said, "You know what, Annick, I'm gonna give you 3 free sessions." I said, "What? Completely for free?" "Completely for free." She said, "Only give me a review. That's it." And I was like, I thought first there was something for free, and then maybe afterward. She said, "No, there's no strings attached, for free because I want to help you." And I was so mind blown that someone from another country who didn't even know me would give me not one but 3 sessions.
3 sessions.
Complete.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have that here in my country, even not from people I know. I said, this is really special there in India. Okay. And then I did the sessions, and she took her time. It was not like, okay, she took her time, and after sessions and talking, are you? And I was like, so like, wow, there's something for me there in this India country. And then after, I don't know, a few months, I decided I have to go there. But I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
But I thought I have to get there anyway. Fuck it. Money or not. I don't know what I have to do, but and I told my psychiatrist because at that time we could go back. And I was going there, I don't know, for maybe for 10 sessions. And I told her I want to stop my the pills I'm taking for 27 years, the antidepressants, because they don't work, because I'm depressed again. Hmm? That is the first thing. She said, okay. I stopped. Took me another 4 or 5 months, but I stopped. 27 years of antidepressants. And
Jeez.
yeah, and I'm better than ever now because it doesn't do anything. It's
Well, I
just
don't believe in
numbs.
medication, to be honest.
Yeah, it's medication for me. It's like also the 20-80% ratio. When you have something life threatening, or something chronic that is irreversible, then you have to. Because if you have your kidneys are failing, or liver, I don't know, something like that, okay, then, because there is no other way around it. But there is a lot of things that we can heal naturally. A
Yes.
lot. So
Hmm.
that 80% of pills is not necessary. Like, but there is some, if you have your arm that is broken like that and they give you morphine, then you're happy at that moment. But it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you have to take morphine every day, only when like that. Okay. So I got off of the pills. I was so happy. Um, and I told her, listen, I'm off of the pills now. I want to go to India. And I told her a little bit of the story in a few sessions. And at the moment, she did like this, and she leaned backward and she looked at me for like few minutes silence, and I was thinking, oh, yeah, I was scared. I was, oh, what you gonna say? I was also not saying anything, but I was like, oh. And then she did like this, and she said, "Let's do it, Annick. You can go. I'm going to help you." And I was like, really? And she helped me. We did the paperwork, and I could go. Thanks. I'm not going to mention her name due to privacy. You don't do that. I cannot mention any name of any doctor unless they give me the consent, but no. Um, but it was, yeah, it was amazing. I had to squeeze money everywhere. I got a little money. From mom and from here and there, but that was not enough. So I started to sell my stuff, every clothing, every item, my chairs, my everything that I could sell, I sold. And then I was left with, I don't know, 20 boxes maybe that I put with a friend. And then I was off to India with the plane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was very mm, scary because you leave everything behind. It was scary and exciting at the same time, and I was all alone. I didn't have, together. I was all alone with my suitcases.
Oh
But
dear.
I went, and those 6 months were the most transformative and amazing time and simple time, because India is not. I didn't went in the rich things. I went at the simple things. I wanted to go back to simplicity and to go inwards, and that's what
Yeah.
I got.
Just want to say a few words about an online retreat space. So I've just launched a dedicated private space on School for creators, authors, survivors who are ready to audit their lives and protect their assets and turn their deepest pain into a powerful narrative. So if you have ever been silenced, threatened, left economically devastated by a system that was meant to protect you, you don't have to carry that weight alone, because your words, your photography, and your raw truth are your highest value assets. And so for £10 a month, you could get access to a live community, a private space where we share real coping strategies for independent publishing and tools to rebuild your life, so we can go from fear, uncertainty to clarity and calmness, and to go from surviving and economic and financial devastation to thriving and creating independent income and moving forward with our lives. So if you are in a position where you want to join an online retreat for $10 a month, then the link will be in the description of the podcast and below the video. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
And so my business plan was to set up country park with motorhome parking and a retreat space for women who have been through all sorts of different traumas.
Oh, then I'll be your client because I want to give retreats. You see how it all comes together? Yeah, I want to give retreats. I know for women who have been also raped and beaten and all that's the kind
This
of
is
crap you
this
want
is what
to.
this was my dream back 2023. So you were just telling us all about India.
Yes, so it was really like a healing trip, and like, yeah, basically like a trip inside myself. What I got to know of me there, all the retreats and the things that I did. I'm so grateful that I got the money to do all that things. Yeah, it was mind blowing. I I didn't like study things, but I got to experience things. So I experienced Ayurvedic cooking, which is great for your body. Oh my God, your cells are dancing with joy. If you if you eat Ayurvedic stuff, really. I didn't like a panchkarma therapy, which is basically pouring oil in all your holes. So
It's true.
in your eyes, in your nose, your nostrils, in your mouth. in your ears, in your behind, because it's to clean the colon, right? And your colon is so clean after that, so I did. You can choose the short one or the big one. I chose the big one because I wanted to clean very thoroughly everything. And then after a month, I tried a coffee, Loraine. It was as if I've snorted cocaine. So
Oh
I
my.
was like, "Ah," on only on the caffeine of one little coffee. It's insane. So
Yeah.
my body was so clean. It had never been that clean.
It sort of seems like high sensitivity, really high sensitivity to things then.
Yes, it was, but it was good. I was so happy, and so I, from India on, I left the meat behind. I didn't eat any meat as I returned. It's a personal choice. I don't condemn people who want to eat meat, but I think for my body is yeah, my body likes light things, lighter things. So then I feel more at peace and at ease. There is a lot of things that I changed going from India. I did like what's it called? Tantric retreats. So where I got to learn about tantric massage and about tantric love making. Of course, you don't make love there with a person, but you get guided how to do it next time. And it's more about intimacy versus sex. That's because it's a difference. People tend to mix everything nowadays with porn and stuff, but it's totally different. We yeah, intimacy is a totally different thing. So there I learned about sacred sexuality and intimacy, and I cried. It was so beautiful that I had no other choice to cry, to bawl my eyes out like, "Ah," because it was so beautiful. Yeah.
You've had
And
some exciting experiences.
yes, really, it's yeah, it's like wow. And also with the huh, how is that called, like a goddess retreat where you get to meet your inner goddess. And yeah, again, mind blowing. I came there at the doorstep, the lady, yeah, I you get to when you come in, it's like a little mat. You go with your bare feet on the mat, and she puts like the flower color on you.
Mhm.
And she put me the collar and she said, "Welcome home, sister." And I started crying. I was only one step in. Well, it was just so pure. And yeah, I almost have no words to describe it. You have to experience it to feel it. And she hugged me, and yeah, I could feel that it was genuine. It was so, and it were little retreats, 6 7 person retreats where you can really
Really more
experience what, yeah, you can get to know
connectivity,
it.
isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's also nice when you have like big retreats where much people. That's also a special kind of experience, but it is more, you learn more and you go deeper when it's with less people.
Yes.
That was, yeah. And so all the things I did there during 6 months, I don't have any regret of anything, because ultimately I landed in the hospital 2 times, but I don't care. The first time it was for severe diarrhea, and the second time for severe constipation. So
Oh my
again,
God.
two opposites, but
Two
you know,
extremes.
yeah, two extremes. But I got there, they prescribed me something, and I was rid of it after 1 week. So who cares? It's those are things that can happen here also. But
Yes.
yeah, those are the only two things that were a little bit uncomfortable, and for the rest, it was nothing but joy and learning stuff. And yeah, really, what I asked for, going inside and meeting my own new self is, oh, Lorraine. So yeah, when I came back, it was a bit of a shock being back in Europe. I was so down to earth and happy, and then you come here and everyone is grumpy and it was like, oh shit, I am back in between those people. I was having a hard time to accommodate again,
Yeah.
because in my mind I wanted to be in India all my life, but yeah, you have to come here. I have family here, my parents are here, so yeah. And then I slipped back again, not in addiction, not in sex industry, not a thing, but I slipped back again because I didn't learn the full extent of relationships. So I gotten a bit addicted again to porn because there was not much to. Yeah, I was a little bit dissociated from society, so I was on the screen like too much, watched porn a lot, and became addicted to young men, and that was not a good thing. It that lasted for 1.5 years, and then I said, Annick, you have to stop. You have to get rid of this last part because it's not going to serve you. And then I met a Taoist lady online who said, listen, I can help you if you do Taoist practices every day online. And I did. I was very determined. I said, I want to get rid of everything was blocking me, everything. And I did those practices every single day for 1 year. No, I'm lying. From those 1 year, I took 5 or 6 days off. But all the rest of the time, like one day after another.
Yeah.
And it's like you can choose, you can do the 20-minute practice, you can do the 40-minute, that's up to you. Both are good. And I changed a little bit, but I did that. And after 1 year, poof, no porn, no nothing anymore. It just, I don't know, I got repelled by it. Instead of being
Yeah.
attracted to it and wanting it, I was repelled by it, and I don't know. So I'm very happy with that lady, with that Taoist practices, and again a lesson. All those people who are addicted to porn and stuff, it is easy if you are determined. You want to get off of it.
Mm.
Yeah, you can easily do it with a little bit of
You've got to
determination.
have that mindset and the discipline
Yeah,
as well, haven't you? And
yeah,
that's a key thing, a very key
yeah.
thing.
That's what I have. I don't know where I got it from. It must be a superpower of me, I think. But once I have an idea of I want this, then
Mm.
I am focused and I'm determined. Can come in the way what wants. I don't care. I am going to get there, and that is my that is my superpower: determination and focus. Even if it gets shaky or the road is not always easy when you want something, can
Yep.
come many things in between, but you have to hold the vision and go for it. That's what you have to
Correct.
do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Correct.
and not get if there is a little bit of disbalance, not get whacked out of the way. You have to come back on track. No
Hmm.
matter how many times there is someone there to whack you off, you come back on the track and you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after all of that came the book. I wrote the book, and now I am determined to make something out of it. I know it's not going to be easy because there is people who go viral overnight. That's true. Maybe
Hmm.
I'm one of them. I don't know. Hopefully, but if I'm not one of them, fuck it. I'm gonna get there anyway because I'm
Yes.
used to difficult stuff. So this is my vision. I want to go there. I want to be the author. I am already. So thank you, Marco Robinson. The
Yes.
second book I'm writing, so that will be one day it will be there. Now, becoming a speaker, that's something I also want. So I'm going to get there. I don't know how. Let's see. Gonna be difficult, maybe, probably, but it's not going to stop me. I'm not gonna stop anyway. So that's what I will be doing. And now, I think 1 month ago, I got myself. I was watching Simon Squibb. I don't know if you know the guy.
Yes. I've familiar, very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I started to. He came on my profile lots of times, and I said, "That's something for me." Okay, and I started watching him. And what's your dream? And I got inspired, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna start posting what is my dream." And I started posting a few times, and then I got in touch with this help bank thing that is like a little bit like LinkedIn, but then Simon Squibb's LinkedIn. Let's say it like that.
Yes.
And you had to make a pitch to get in. And I thought, well, like, okay, let's make the pitch. I made it in my kitchen, nothing fancy. So my stew was brewing, my veggie stew, and I made the pitch. Like, okay, 1 minute pitch. And after 20 minutes, I was still doing the stew. They called me already. Yeah,
That
you're
was
in. Blah, blah,
quick.
blah, blah. Yeah, that was very quick. And I was like, huh? Oh, I was a little bit like surprised that it got that quick. So I'll take it as a sign from the universe, like, okay, that's something for me. And then I got in the help bank. I'm doing the starters kit because you can choose different things to do. I am
Mm-hmm.
doing the starters kit program now. And then I saw suddenly something's popped up like there is an ID fest going on in September. And again, that was like the Marco Robinson stuff. I said, oh my God, I have to be there. I know this is for me, but I haven't got any money. Ooh, what to do? Well, I said, well, I'll get money along the way. I still have 1 month. I just had money to book the Flixbus and the event, and that's what I did. And something will come along. I don't know what, don't know where, but I know I have to be there because it is full of people with visions like our vision.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we want to help people with our story, which is
Yes.
incredible, our
Mm-hmm.
stories. And I think you have to, when you want to do such a thing, you have to connect with like minded people. That's very important. People with the same vision who go down the same route and you can go together and you are
That's
much
right.
stronger. And yeah, that's what I want to do now. But a bit
That's
like
one.
you.
That's one of the things I keep on repeating in my social media channels. Together,
Yes.
we are stronger.
Stronger, yes.
Yeah.
Alone,
Um,
we have our vision, we are strong. But
mhm.
aligned together, we are more strong even. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what Simon Squibb is doing because he's a billionaire. He's strong on his own, but he's building this gigantic network with the help bank and with whatever he's doing. And all together, ultimately, all the people that he's helping, it's gonna be huge. We are gonna be super strong.
Yes.
So yeah,
And
that's
when
yeah.
when is that?
The fest, you mean?
Yes.
Uh,
When is
the
it?
the, ni- the 9th and the 10th of September in Champneys Tring.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God, it's going to be. And when you are a part or a member of the help bank, you get huge discount. So it's really, you should come.
not
It is
yet.
almost sold out.
I've got lots
Yeah,
of things that to catch up on while I'm here in Spain. So maybe the
yeah.
next time there's an
Oh,
event,
yeah.
make it.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be ready at that moment. That's true. You have to, yeah, be ready. That's completely right. And but I'm ready, so I can inform you when I come back. I
Yeah.
sure will let you know what
It
went
sounds
down.
really exciting that to
Really,
actually just think, right, that's it. I'm going. I need to be there, and
yeah,
you've set your mind on it now. So
yes. I
that's
know there's gonna
great
be people that I need to meet
to
because
network.
there is so much sponsors and people who want to give and they are waiting for the next talent or they are waiting to meet people like me or like you or like whoever who is going.
Yeah, of
um,
course.
we
I
are the
mean, if
newbie.
you've got an entrepreneurial idea, which is all what about, this is what Help Bank is about.
Yes.
Obviously, the people that go there are looking to start a business or do something different, and the other people who would be there to network with will be
Mhm.
angel investors, people who have the money to
Yes.
help,
Yeah,
and
and want to help.
that's what it's all
Yeah.
about. Yeah,
It is just great. And then you have different you have like you have the IT arena, you have the wellness arena, you have different stages, I'm going to call it
yeah.
like that, with different speakings, and then okay, IT is not for me. Okay, I'll go there. It's very well organized, very well. And the Champneys Castle, I'm gonna call the building like that. There is a spa, and you can also go there. You can pamper yourself that day. Oh my God,
That sounds
I'm gonna
brilliant.
so enjoy that. Yeah, it sounds very. I think it's gonna be exciting. So yeah, maybe next time we could go together. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, Annick, it's been really nice to have you here on Mindset Money Success. And
Yeah,
I hope everything goes to plan and you get
me
to
too.
meet Simon Squibb.
I hope so too. I'm going to try because I'm also a drawer and a painter. Yeah, that's why this month I have my drawings and my painting at the reduced price for people
Uh-huh.
who want to know that I sold one. It was online for 2 days and I had one sell, so that's okay. I'm still selling the whole month for people who want their portrait or a portrait of their dog or their cat or their fish or their whatever animal they have.
Send me
Um,
over the link that you've got, and
okay.
we'll put this in the podcast as well so people can find where you are to have a look at your art.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. And so that's what I do. And I'm going to try. I'm going to try to squeeze out the time. I'm going to make Simon's portrait and take the drawing with me.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, that's what gonna do. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, great having you on the show. Thank you for
Yes.
being
Thank you
here.
so much. It was super exciting. Thank you.